But yeah, man, that's cool. So how was it marching then? I guess 4 straight summers on a tilt, and then going to the flat for Coates in 2012.
Yeah, I mean, personally, I see the merits to both. Like, I understand why people do either one. The tilt feels a little better for me because of, like, I think ergonomics and body. But going to the flat, it wasn't as bad as people thought, except when apparently, like, the right hand, like, was slightly slicing, so I ended up having to, like, lift the drum up slightly higher than I would like to, because I have a short torso but long arms. So that's why, like, the tilt felt better for me, but the flat drum was an adjustment that wasn't as major as people think it is. But I do think people overdo the tilt. Like, I see some groups, like even '09 Vanguard, like, their drums were, like, almost.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah, that was a super tilt.
So I think the tilt's very minimal, to be honest.
I actually had a guy that went to Moorhead with Mike and I who marched that '09 Vanguard line. Obviously the whole connection between Mason and Vanguard at the time, Moorhead, Vanguard.
Right.
But he came back and we played on a flat drum at that college band or whatever, and I was like, dude, what are your hands doing? Because their tilt was crazy severe.
Yeah.
We did a tilt this winter at Cap City. I taught there, and I mean, it was like we would, like, 10, 11 degrees, like, at most.
Right.
Like, it's pretty.
Right.
Which, that's the first time I ever taught on a tilt and ever played on a tilt either, which was kind of funny. But the same way you're talking, like, the change in between going from tilt to flat wasn't. I didn't find it to be super. Like, I was like, all right, this feels pretty natural. I was like, I'm not really changing anything with what I'm doing mechanically. So, still playing drums.
Like, I can actually, like, nerd it out on this with someone else, just as far as, like, why we tilt. And I think it's a big reason to have a why, not just because, like, oh, I did it when I was at Vanguard. I, like, tried to think through it, and it's like, I think if you're starting, like, strictly ergonomics and strictly, like, how your body is, like, slight tilt. Like, I think at Monarch we tilt, like, 9 degrees. Like, I think we go between 8 and 10. And just super subtle enough where that neither hand and elbow has to be in a position that's not its natural neutral position. Yeah, so that's why I still am a proponent of the tilt.
I mean,
no, go ahead.
It makes sense. I mean, like you're talking about, just from a physiological standpoint, the way your hands are set up, the way your wrists. I mean, you're already turning your left hand over abnormally, and people fight the wrist turn all the time to get it to where you're striking the drum head at the correct bead angle. So it's like, well, why not just make it a little bit easier on ourselves? So it's easier to do stick tricks on a flat drum, though. I'll say that.
Right.
But